This audio was brought to you by listeners like you. Learn more after the audio.
Rise and shine, master. How are you this evening? Did you sleep well? Coffin comfy enough for ya? Pillow appropriately plump? Oh, you need help getting out? By all means. Here, let me help. I have another blood offering for you. Another goblet of freshly drawn blood at the ready for whenever you feel like it. No rush. I can see you're still waking up. Just an update as well. While you were sleeping, I've performed all your required duties. As usual. I cleaned your lair, fed your slaves, walked your hounds, bought your groceries, remembered to record that show you like, and, of course, brought you your latest victim. It's certainly not getting easier to do that, I'll tell you. I had to tell one of my old school chums I wanted to meet up. I was surprised how into it they were. I must have left a good impression. But yeah, I picked them up from the airport, brought them to your castle, and knocked them unconscious. They are currently chained up in the dungeon, blindfolded and gagged, as you prefer. Not going to ask why. If that's how you want to eat your victims, then that's how you want to eat them. No judgment here. If I may, though, master, maybe try and make them last a while. I know O negative is your favorite blood type, and you despise the taste of anything else, but that's the rarest one. Only 7% of the planet has O negative, and... Sorry, master. I know such petty concerns are beneath your notice. Forgive me. It is, of course, entirely up to you how you eat your food. I am just your lowly servant. Speaking of which, did you know, master? It's coming up on the 10th anniversary since I entered your service. Yes, that's right. Almost 10 years to the day since I became your thrall. My, how it's flown by. And I have to say, master, I've had a wonderful time. The time of my life. Why, tending to your every need, every single day, and barely getting any sleep. Luring in and betraying people for you to feed on. Not being able to look at myself in the mirror, consider myself a good person, or even like myself anymore. Also that I might someday possess your dark power. It's exactly what I wanted to do with my life for the last decade. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than at your side, my master. So, I was wondering, shouldn't we do something to celebrate? After all, I have been a very loyal servant to you, haven't I? I put a lot of effort into my work and making sure it's up to your standards. I'd say my service is worth celebrating. You're right. You're absolutely right. What could we do? What could we do? Well, master, the reason I joined up with you in the first place is because, well, someday you said in return for my service, you'd turn me into a vampire. That's why I've been doing this. Why I turned my back on everything I knew. Why I lost contact with all my friends, save for the ones I'm willing to let you eat. Why I don't dare get in touch with my family in case they try and find me. It's all been so that I might one day end up like you, an all-powerful creature of the night that sleeps for half the day never leaves their castle because they've got people to do stuff for them. Really makes me wonder what I was excited for, looking back at it now. Look, the goal of becoming a vampire is basically all I've got left, all right? And you promised that one day you'd turn me into one. Now, I knew it would be a while before you decided to turn me. Gotta get the use out of the thing before you're finished with it. I get that. But 10 years? Now I know in vampire terms that 10 years isn't a very long time. And that you yourself are a very old vampire, but for a human, 10 years, so much can happen. Could have happened. Should have happened. So, please, Master, what I'm saying is, please turn me. It doesn't have to be right this second, but I've already planned this whole thing out. I've already got someone who's very interested in becoming my replacement. They're really into something called vampire ASMR. I'm not sure what that is, but they like vampires, it seems, and they're more than willing to become your servant. Maybe a little too willing, but I'll let you be the judge there. I've already told them what they need to do, already brought them around during the day and shown them the ropes. They seem to have a very active social life that they can lure victims in from. Everything you could ever need. They're ready to start at a moment's notice is what I'm saying. Your life wouldn't be affected in the slightest. And, if anything, turning me would probably get you more thralls if you think about it. It'd show that you keep your promises. And you've gotta respect a vampire that keeps their promises. So, come on, Master. Please. Bite me. You don't know how? What do you mean you don't know how? You're a vampire. Biting is like your whole thing, isn't it? Oh, you don't know how to turn people. Like that makes it better. Are you telling me that I have been hand on foot, scrubbing the floors, bending over backwards, doing every little task you've asked of me, based on a promise that you didn't even know you could fulfill? It's a good thing I did some research then, isn't it? Oh, yes. I was beginning to think there might be a reason you were holding off on churning me. I was pretty sure you hadn't just forgotten, based on the guilty look that filled your face every time you saw me. I bet you were thinking I'd be too shy to ask, until I was so old that becoming a vampire would be useless. Weren't you? Well, I'm not. I'm a murderer. I've killed people for you, Master, and doing that sort of thing gives you a hell of a lot of confidence. And if you're not careful, I think I might add one more victim to my list. Oh, you think I haven't prepared for this while you've been snoozing away? It's not like it's difficult. Vampire weaknesses aren't exactly a secret, are they? Initially, I did it out of fear. I didn't want to risk upsetting you and getting killed after years of hard work. But I'm not doing it out of fear anymore. I'm doing it out of anger. Turn me into a vampire, or else I'll stake you. Yeah, you could see it, can't you? pointing directly at your heart. I always carry some on me, Master, just in case. And today I'm planning on using them. After all, you wouldn't be hard. You haven't drank any blood yet today. Our little conversations kept you too entranced, and you haven't had the chance. So, you can either turn me or die. Like I said, I did the research. I can walk you through it. I listen to audiobooks during the day. One that I've listened to a few times now is Professor Van Helsing's 5 Stages of Vampire Transformation, based on true events. Ah, you know that name. Yes, then you know I'm not messing around. I know exactly how to become a vampire master. All I need are your fangs and blood. So you know what? We're gonna do this now. I'm done waiting for you. I want to get this out of the way. I'm ready for my new life, and I'm not gonna call you master anymore. So, step 1. This one's easy. Bite me. Oh, that really hurts. Oh, weird. The amount of times I've seen you bite someone, I didn't think it. Oh. There it is. The toxin in your veins, numbing the bite area. Oh, sending serotonin to the brain, creating a rush of sensation. No wonder so many people like this. Still not sure what that ASMR thing is, though. Oh, don't take too much, idiot. I've still got a stick pointed at your chest, remember? And I'm not afraid to use it. Now, step 2. Mix victim's blood with vampire blood. God, the room's going a little funny. But I still have enough of a grip on reality to stab you if I need. Don't try and worm your way out of this. Now, go. You drink from me. Now I need to drink from you. Cut yourself. Even the smallest cut will do. Oh, don't be a baby. The amount of people you've murdered and you can't even shed a couple drops. There. Ugh. Disgusting. Let me just say I can understand why you don't drink other vampires. Now, step 3. Let the victim transform. Oh, that's easy. Look at that. It's already happening. Step 4 and 5. Provide victim with fresh blood to drink. And the transformation is complete. The goblet should do. Gimme. Oh. Wow. That stuff is delicious. Oh, I can see why you're obsessed with this stuff. Though I guess I'm obsessed with the stuff now too, aren't I? Yes, I've already transformed. I'm surprised it happened so quickly. Though, I've been waiting so long. It seems right it should happen so fast. I think my human genes just stepped out of the way for the vampire genes, didn't they?
didn't even put up a fight. Oh, yes. I can feel the change. I'm definitely a vampire now. A thrall no longer. A slave no longer. And I already feel different, even only seconds into my new life. I feel mighty. I feel powerful. Something I never felt in the life before this one. You know what's funny? Earlier, when I said I fed the slaves, I said it like I was any different, didn't I? Like I was somehow above them. Like you didn't consider us to be exactly the same. The only difference is that I was willing and they were not. Something to think about there. But something else to think about is, what should I do with you? Oh yes, you're not getting off that easy. After the way you've treated me all these years, did you really think I was going to just leave? Maybe if you'd been a kind master, I would have. Or maybe we could have been something more. But not now. Never now. Besides, at this point, I know this castle better than you ever did. And I think it'd be a shame to lose this place. I think it's the perfect place to call home. And without your shadow looming around every corner, I could grow to like it here. Oh, like you're going to fight me. You might try, but you've been a vampire for so long now that you're practically decomposing, and you haven't tried to improve yourself. You could barely get out of your coffin earlier. Against me? A new blood with fresh fury running through my veins. You don't even stand a chance. So goodbye, my master. And for what little it's worth, thank you for eventually doing what you promised you'd do, even if you didn't want to. Even if I had to make you. Oh, and just for the record, I wish I had done this sooner. A big thank you to the apostles listed on screen, whether they support through Patreon, YouTube memberships, or both. If you would also like to support this channel, there is a link to the Patreon in the description, and the join button for the YouTube membership should be next to the channel name. Though, even a like or a subscribe is more than enough. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.